So let's continue working with this project. I'm gonna open the My Favorites. You can see we only have this one. So we already have the functionality where you can click on this plus sign and then it's going to add the items into the favorites. So for example, let's say that you add this one. You can see the icon has changed. Now the button is in a different color. So you can reload and you can see this is going to add this into the favorites. If you click here on the minus sign, nothing is going to happen. We need to find a way to remove the element from the storage when we click in that button. So it's going to be really easy because almost everything is done. So for example, if I scroll to the bottom, you can see that we have this cocktail db dot remove from db and we're passing the ID. So we're gonna copy that, and here on the top we're going to paste this right here. So we're gonna remove from storage, and we're gonna pass this this variable that we have here is going to get the ID and is going to remove the element. So let's save this. Let's make a search for vodka and get cocktails. For example, this one, and this is not in the favorite, so we're gonna add this and reload right here. You can see we have a new item. Click here, reload right here, and you can see we really easily remove the item from the local storage. So we're gonna make this even better. If you open this, for example, you can see that we have some items in the storage already. For example, this one is on the storage, but you can see that the icon it says that we can still add this into the local storage, into the favorites. So let's create a new method into this user interface. So we're gonna add a class when cocktail is favorite. So it's going to be like this, is favorite, and we're gonna check for all the items that exist on the local storage, and then we're gonna add a class to all these items. So first we're gonna add a new variable that is called drinks. This is going to be equals to cocktail db. We're gonna use a dot, and we're gonna use the method get from db. So this is going to return all the favorites that we have into the local storage. So then we're gonna use drinks for each, and we're gonna pass the drink, and it's going to be like this. Then we're gonna use some destructuring, some techniques that we have found in the last videos. We're gonna use destructuring to return the ID. So it's going to be like this, ID equals drink, and this is going to extract the ID property from the object, but also is going to create the variable, everything in just one line. So finally we're gonna select the favorites, and we're gonna use the attribute selector. So it's going to be really easy how we can achieve something like this in JavaScript. So we're gonna add a let variable, and we're gonna identify which ones are favorites. So we're gonna create a new variable called favorite drink. It's going to be equals to document.querySelector, and we're gonna use the attribute selector. So we're gonna use template or string literals like this. Then we're gonna use square brackets, and we're gonna use data ID equals double quotes and then the $sign ID. So basically this is going to check for all the items. We're gonna return all the different items that we have on the local storage. Then we're gonna make a query for those specific IDs. We have these attributes. If you remember, we have this data ID. So this is going to select all of them. Not all of them are favorites, so we're gonna add if favorite drink, otherwise it's going to cause an error. So we're gonna use favorite drink, we're gonna add a dot, class list dot add, and we already defined a class that is called is favorite. And finally we need to add favorite drink, a dot, text content, and we're gonna add the minus sign. So this way, when we are we have a favorite, we're going to add the class that is going to print the button in blue, but also is going to have this minus sign. Now this is going to be loaded in the document ready. So we're going to open the app.js, and here on the bottom, here on the document ready, I'm going to add display unload the favorites from storage. And we're gonna add UI, which is the current instance. And then we're gonna use isFavorite. We also need to call this method isFavorite right here where we print the value. So for example, if you make a query right here, vodka, and get the cocktails, when we retrieve this information, we need to check also for the favorites. So we're gonna add the method right here. Before the closing curly brace, I'm gonna call this isFavorite right here, and also in the other one. This one is display with ingredients. We also need this into display drinks. So right here I'm going to add this also. So now let's save this and save this also. And we're gonna make a search for vodka, and get cocktails. And I think that my students from Russia, Sweden, or other countries where vodka is more popular are gonna hate the way I pronounce vodka. But well, let's see. We can start scrolling, and you can see that we have this isFavorite. Now is working, and we have this. The button is different when we have an item that is favorite. If you click here, you can see that this coffee vodka is one of the favorites. So it already has this functionality. So you can remove this if you want. Reload is going to remove this from the local storage, or you can add this again and it's going to work. And this is going to be a really nice addition. This way our visitors will know which of these drinks they have already into the my favorites. So you can see that the hard work that we put in this project has already paid off. A really complete project that we developed in this chapter. Hopefully you are happy with the results, and hopefully you are also happy with the approach in this course, where we are building small projects instead of writing a really massive and big project. So this is going to be it for this project. I'll see you in upcoming videos.